Shareholders get a whole bunch of this. Now with the credit union, folks who look a lot like you and I give the credit union a little bit of this. And the credit union gives them a little bit of this back. But these folks, you and I, get this. The difference between a bank and a credit union is our members of a credit union are the owners of the credit union. The revenue that comes in a credit union goes directly back to its members in a lot of different ways. Credit unions pay dividends, and a lot of that comes back to our members by lower rates on their car loans, their mortgages, their investments, and that sort of thing with the credit union. Also, a lot reinvested back into the very communities that we serve. So people who have my job in a bank go out and they look for customers. They look for deposits. That's what they're after. Now, my job working for the credit union is I like to go find shareholders. I want to find people who want to own a credit union and who want to take advantage of the benefits of being an owner. Now, when I went to college back in the 80s, hard to believe, I went to college in the 80s, I'm a guy as young as I am. The big buzzword at the time was mission statements. Everybody had to have a mission statement. Y'all are probably pretty darn familiar with mission statement. Now, they looked a lot like, hold some of these up, Tesla. To accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Airbnb, to help create a world where anyone can belong anywhere. LinkedIn, to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. Very grandiose visions, what they're going to provide to the world. Now at Valley Star, we took a little different approach to mission statements. It starts with two words: employees first. Now that may sound kind of weird. That may sound like an internal memo somewhere, an email that you send out that's just kept amongst yourselves. But it's right out there on our website. Our mission is employees first. Now it's followed up by two words: members benefit. Employees first, members benefit. Now you see, we feel that our commitment to our employees helps us to deliver on the promise to our members. And it's not just about pizza parties and tchotchkes. Now we have those. In the 30 years plus that I've been out in the workforce, Valley Star is the only company that has paid for my health insurance 100%. One really important thing, and this goes a long way at Valley Star for our employees, we believe in developing people. And we're not just developing people for the job they're in right now. We develop people for the job they want to be in. Now that may seem like building people up to go somewhere else, and sure, that's going to happen. But the net result is that we keep more people because we're developing them for the career they want. Now, the results at Valley Star have become pretty obvious, and this is a huge credit to our team at Valley Star. Over the last 3 years, we've cut our employee turnover in half. Now that's got to mean something to these people in this room. You all know what employee turnover means for you guys. Now what it means for our members is that our members, when they walk into a branch, when they pick up the phone, when they've got a problem with their account, when they call, they're going to be talking to the same people. They're going to be talking to the people that they have a relationship with, that have helped them solve their problems, that know about their life, that know about their accounts, that can fix their problem. They're not on hold, in a call center for 30 minutes to talk to somebody they don't know. Now, one way that in the past that companies have provided for their employees and certainly a benefit, a lot of companies and unions and factories started their own credit union. Now it was a credit union for the employees, by the employees, a financial cooperative. Now, in the day we live in now, that's become incredibly difficult. There are so many regulations. I know everybody in this room is familiar with regulation. You guys deal with it on a minute-by-minute basis. Compliance issues, technology issues, the capital and the expertise that is needed in this day and age to start a credit union is unbelievable and certainly unreachable for most companies. Now, I tell you all of this to tell you something else. I'm here to ask you to join our mission of employees first. Your employees, courtesy of you. Now, banking has changed a lot over the years. Well, I see a lot of young people now opening accounts on Chime, on SoFi, on Cash App. And they're great products. You get the app, you get your debit card, you can direct deposit, easy peasy. But when it comes to, as we get a little bit older, as we get a little more involved in our own financial life, those enterprises fall down a little bit. When you need a car loan, when you need a mortgage, when you need a home equity line of credit, when you need to talk about investments and looking for your future, what you really need is somebody that you have a relationship that you can go in and get help, guide you through that process of managing your financial life. Now, there's so much more to folks' financial life than that debit card and that app. At Valley Star, we want to be your credit union. Now, you may not be able to start one by yourself, but we want to be that credit union. We want to provide financial education to your folks. We want to customize this, whether it's seminars or webinars or coming in person and having a class, whether it's a lunch, something simple as a lunch and learn. We want to be those folks and talk about the needs that your folks have in terms of their financial future. We want to provide the security of direct deposit for your folks. Now, one of the benefits of direct deposit, and you probably hear it from other places, but it's the same at Valley Star, the benefit to your employees that are direct deposit, first of all, it's secure. You don't have that paper check floating around. It could be fraudulent. The second thing is that in many cases with direct deposit, we can get your employees paid up to 2 days early. Now, there's a lot behind that, but I'll just sort of leave that at that. Valley Star wants to be present. We want to be on site at your location to open accounts, to add additional accounts, to answer questions that your folks may have. We want to be present with you folks. Now, one really important thing at Valley Star, and this is a core guiding principle of Valley Star Credit Union, is community engagement. This is so incredibly near and dear to everybody at Valley Star. We're passionate about the communities that we serve. In fact, we're so passionate about it that our employees are provided with volunteer time off. And this year so far, this is just year to date, our employees have used 173 hours volunteer time off in the communities that we serve. People get excited about it and they're thankful that Valley Star gives them that paid time to go help out, with the communities and things in the community that they really care about. And that's just the start. Valley Star Credit Union has given over $500,000 to the Children's Miracle Network. $500,000. And there's something about Valley Star that I've noticed, and I'm the same way, that if the CEO came up to me and he said, Rob, I need you to go sweep the parking lot, it's for the kids. Well, I'd be out there doing it, and probably about 50 other people at Valley Star would be out there sweeping that parking lot because it's for the kids. Community engagement. So we would love to partner with you and your employees out in the communities. We'd love to team up and help the communities that have been so good to us. Now, I asked Leslie if I should bring anything today. And she suggested I bring $250 for each of you.
Great job.
And all of your employees. So I did. Sort of. Now, I wouldn't be a 30-year sales guy if, did you hear that? So I wouldn't be a 30-year sales guy if I didn't come with a pitch. Did you hear that? I don't know what they got going on down there. So hold on, did you hear it? Just hold on, it's coming. You'll hear it. It's coming. It's coming. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Whoosh! There it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the sound of opportunity. Passing you by. There's my sales guy thing. So, cha-ching. What I brought for you today, and this is for you and all of your employees, is it's very simple. open a primary checking account, set up direct deposit with Valley Star Credit Union, and deposit at least $1,000 per month, direct deposit for 3 consecutive months. And we will deposit $250 into your account. Now, this is something that we can offer you right now and your employees. Now, we would like to, be able to sit with you and set that up formally, so we can track it, so you can sort of track the benefits of your employees. And I'm more than happy to sit and have those conversations with you. Again, every organization is different. Everybody's needs are different. Every employee's needs are different. So I guess in closing, as a longtime salesperson, I learned a long time ago that if you don't ask, you don't get. So I'm going to ask each of you to come join our Valley Star mission of employees first. We want to help you to put your employees first. Let's team up to help put your employees first so that your customers can reap the benefits. Now, in closing, do we have any race fans here? Racing, NASCAR fans, anybody? Yeah. Okay. One thing that Valley Star is incredibly proud of in our community here is on September 27th at the Martinsville Speedway, we have the 30th anniversary Valley Star 300. So we would certainly invite everybody. If you've never been before, it is an amazing day of racing and community. So we invite you out to that. In fact, we're going to raffle off. I've got 2 pairs of tickets to the Valley Star 300 for September 27th. So what I'll do is I'll get something we can put, if you want to put your business card in there. If you don't have a business card, just certainly write your name and your contact information. We'll get you out to the Valley Star 300. It's going to be a great time. Now, CEOs, and I don't know how many of you are in the same boat, but our CEO is nuts. Mike Worrell, he's crazy. The ideas that this guy comes up with are unbelievable. So we're in a meeting in our boardroom over at our headquarters, and Mike walks in. He says, "Hey guys, I want to give away a car." So we're kind of stunned at that point. We're thinking, a car? I mean, that's, our CFO is freaking out. His thought, he's going, how much is that going to cost? And so all of the issues started to come out. We're talking about it, and Mike says, "I don't care, we're doing it." So this is the 3rd year of our Scan Me, Win Me contest. We're giving away a 2025 Toyota Camry. And it's so special because this is the 25th anniversary of the Valley Star 300. So we've got the car out in the community. It's got a big old QR code on the side. And we're asking folks to scan that and enter to win that car. Now, I've got some of those QR codes here. You can all take them. Unfortunately, the car is out in the community today. I couldn't bring it with me. But we'll encourage you all. Now, I'm going to give you all an inside track just for you guys. You can also go on scanmewinme.com. Now, the inside track is that you can enter once a day until September 21st. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull 3 finalists. We're going to invite those finalists to the race. You're going to come join us in our suite up at the Speedway.
It's fun in our suite.
Yeah, Leslie, these folks, I think, run the suite. You guys run the suite?
We love the suite.
But it's going to be a great day. We'll get our 3 finalists down on the track. Each finalist will get a key. And the one that starts the car can drive home in that brand new 2025 Camry. So I'm going to leave some of those QR codes up here. I'll get a container for business cards for the ticket giveaway. And please join us. I'll leave my cards up here. I look forward to speaking to you all in the future. But thank you for giving me a few moments of your time to talk about Valley Star and our business to our employees. Thank you.
You guys drop in.
Is everybody okay if I share this list with Rob for contact? Okay, Rob, I'll bring you a copy.
Yes, I'll have to applause.
Okay, so we're very, very fortunate to have Jason Bessire here. I'm gonna brag on him, and there's his picture. Looks like a friend of mine, Steve Wright. There are 14 people like him in the continental United States. Mark and Kevin, 2 associates of mine, introduced me to him, I don't know, 9 months ago. And we were on a call, and I was like, As much as I thought I knew about recruiting advertising, I realized that I didn't. And that's important. He's been doing this for 25 years. And it's absolutely amazing. I hope that you will find him to be informative. So, and without further ado, can you hear me?
I hear you great. Wow, that's quite, and I don't have a car to give away. Ugh.
That's all we need
I
to
feel
know.
like a failure now. Just hit the door. That's a great lunch though.
If they pull one of my 70 business cards, we will next time. How's that? All right, so without further ado, Jason Bessire.
Thank you so much. What a warm welcome given to me. Thank you guys so much for having me. I hope you had a good lunch. And again, while I don't have a car to give away, I do have a lively presentation in store for you guys today. And I want to make this very interactive. Advance thanks to Sherry Sowers, who has given us a challenge today. Sherry, can you raise your hand so I know who you are? There you
Sorry, I'm on the side.
Oh, on the side. Oh, there she is in the back. All right. She's going to be Exhibit A today. So thanks so much. She sent us in a problem for an outside sales position in Roanoke, and she's generous to share and just be real transparent. So we're going to utilize that. But I hope you guys have some questions in the room. I have done this many, many times throughout the United States. I've spoke at the North Carolina SHRM conference. I spoke to many SHRM groups, C12 groups, Vistage groups, just like this over the years. And I promise you today that you're going to walk away from the table within the next hour, equipped and armed with information that you have not seen before. And it's going to give you ideas of how to do your job better. And it's going to be all encamped in a partly presentation, but also an offer at the end of this for us to have more of a one-on-one consultation. And you can feel free to take pictures of the slide if you so desire. I'll be happy to push the deck out at the end because there's going to be some information you're going to want from this deck. But I do want to have you think about questions while I'm speaking and write those down. And so at the end, you put me in the hot seat so that I can answer those questions. But I want to give a special thanks to Tim for having me today. And those two gentlemen in the back right-hand corner, I want to thank so much Mark and Kevin for making the introduction to Tim. Thank you guys for helping me be here today. And with no further ado, I will just tell you, here's the roadmap. When I usually make this presentation, I usually speak for an hour and I have about an hour's worth of content. So I'm going to squish an hour of content into like 20, 25 minutes, maybe even shorter. I'm going to be real quick through the content because I want to leave time to do practical show and tell application with not only Sherry's position, looking for outside salespeople in Roanoke, but for your company and your position that you have the hardest to fill positions for. And so again, I'm going to go kind of fast. So hang with me while we get through some content. And then look forward to putting your cards on the table and saying, okay, raise your hand. I got something that you can't fix and fill. And I doubt there's a question in the room that I haven't been able to cover over my 25 years of talking about this topic on recruitment advertising. So I'm going to share my screen. We'll get through the content, then we'll open it up for Q&A. So with no further ado, let me get started. Let me do a quick intro of who I am, just so you know. I've been in the recruitment advertising space for over 25 years. I remember when newspapers were old and we used to use newspapers in the classified and run ads in them. I started doing this in 96 till 2009. We were the second largest sales job fair producing company in the United States. I was in the room in 2000. Yeah, it was 2000, before 2000, about 2000 when that big job board company that started with the letter M. Do you remember what it was called? And we put jobs on it and we'd like to get answers back. You remember what was it called? It starts with M. Monster.com. Yeah, you said it. So monster.com. You remember monster.com? Way back then, they've already been bought and sold 3 times. Nonetheless, we've morphed a lot since then, right? Then after Monster came Indeed.com, and then we've had some other evolutions of things going on right now. So that's kind of where I go back to the old newspaper days. And since then, I can tell you that things are changing at a lightning pace. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to jump right into the content. And again, you've got your pen and paper ready to ask some questions of me. Share. Let's see how this might work today. All right, screen number one. You guys can see this screen. We're talking about solutions for recruitment advertising. All right. Waging the war for talent in 2025's never got more challenging. These are some common challenges that I hear from companies very often. They're frustrated that 50% of their advertising feels wasted. They just don't know what 50% they can cut and delete. So they really would like some clarity regarding the particular topic. They are frustrated that they're not being able to track the ROI. So they want data-driven results from when they spend advertising and recruitment dollars. Where can they get ROI and how can they assure that their money is netting them what they want? We have found that about 25 to up to 35% of our current clients, when we onboard them, are actually overspending on job board advertising and recruitment advertising as a whole. But I will tell you, I do find about 25 to 35% of also clients, when we onboard them and bring them underneath an agency relationship, that they are underspending. Today, you're going to learn how to spend properly, and you will know the number, which is the holy grail for how much money do I need to spend so my job gets page one results and gets first page results to be able to access the talent that I need to run my company, period. We'll talk about that in just a minute. A lot of clients tell us that they feel that job boards are saturated. They feel like they spend money on Indeed and they don't get results. They run ads on LinkedIn. They get a bunch of unqualified candidates, or they get a large volume of talent, and it's just not producing what their expectations were to find the right candidates. There is a right and a wrong way to be able to utilize the tools that make recruitment work. That's really what we do at Bessire and Associates. The next thing is I want to provide you, everyone in the room today, a hiring insights report. Look forward to this. At the end of this call, I would love for you to plan some time to ask me for what your unique hardest to fill position is. Everyone in the room needs to be able to have what that position is, and then you can email it to me. Right on our website, you're going to be able to put in your hardest to fill position, where you need, what the needs are. We're going to tackle one today in just a few minutes, and then we're going to be able to look at exactly, it'll be a blueprint for how to gain access to the right people. You'll be able to see it even before you buy it. That's going to be the beautiful option there. And by the way, it's not going to cost you any money. So we want to ensure that your advertisings do appear as page one results on your recruitment advertising. And there's a way to make that happen for big and small companies alike. The other thing that we hear from clients are just trying to do it themselves, but they're frustrated because they feel like they get lost at, from a sales rep, or I know how to contact customer service at any of the job boards. They don't feel like they're getting unclear metrics. They don't know what an ROI is. We help bring a lot of clarity to that. And then finally, HR doesn't have time. Recruiters don't have time to be able to finagle with this. They want to be able to have a Sherpa, someone to help them. And that's exactly what we do at Bessire and Associates. We are a recruitment advertising agency that helps our clients connect with recruitment advertising vendors that ultimately helps companies purchase and optimize their recruitment advertising solutions to get the results that you ultimately need. Everyone in the room, if you've got jobs and if it's worth posting a job on your ATS or out in the public, it's worth sponsoring, and we'll cover that as well. There's three ways to recruit. Either you could recruit in-house, and you could do it yourself, DIY. And there's some good merit to that if you've got some good strategy and some wisdom around all the things we're about to talk about today. And you're doing it 100% yourself. Or B, you can work and maybe work with headhunters, search firms, staffing firms. Those staffing firms, headhunters, and search firms, we have dozens of those kinds of clients who actually leverage Bessire and Associates as an agency to help them buy the tools that make their recruiting solutions work. So I'll get more into that in just a few minutes. But then there's a third option, a way to go about recruiting in a little different format where you can offload as much or as little of the recruitment solution as you want. And that's called RPO, or a recruitment advertising agency, which is what we're going to talk about today. So again, you can offload a lot of your problems and challenges onto an agency, or you can say, hey, I just had some needs on just getting my jobs uploaded onto LinkedIn.com. I know how to do it on Indeed, but LinkedIn, I just have a couple questions, or ZipRecruiter, or I need something other than all the job boards. How can I do it on social media like Starbucks? We do that. How can I help my jobs be on CNN or Fox News or any of the other Google ads and things like that? We do that for clients. It's called programmatics. That's what Marriott, Delta Airlines, it's what Tesla does. We do that for our clients as well. So let me pivot real quickly and just show you exactly what we're talking about. Our business is about helping companies purchase recruitment advertising and help you build your brand that everyone wants to work for. And then ultimately to optimize the performance of your advertising spend, either current existing spend or spend that you should be having. And we're going to bring some light to that table as well. At the end of the day, what you want is to find a partner that can help you have full transparency on whatever your spend is. You want a company that's vendor neutral and who's not married to any one solution. You need a subject matter expert. You want a single point of contact. You want an agency resource that has access to all the platforms. And best of all, maybe this is even better than a car. It's best of all at no added cost. Yeah, no added cost. So everybody put your checkbooks away. Nobody's buying anything today. We're going to show you how to do what we're talking about at zero added cost. And here was a nice compliment. And I think, Tim, you actually said this to me. Most businesses tell us, we never knew there was a solution like Bessire and Associates. We never knew a company like yours existed. This is quite interesting. Tell me how it all works. So the answer to that question is very simple. And I came up with this as the best analogy to kind of liken what we do. In your companies, you probably already leverage a value proposition like ours. When you buy group health insurance, the group health insurance agent who brokered the deal for your company for group health insurance made a commission from the insurance company and should not have charged your company any additional monies. Some of you in the room, you get that. But to make it even simpler, we want to help you navigate the job boards and just land your best hires. And we'll use the analogy of a travel agency. Think of us as a recruitment travel agency for recruitment advertising. Just like a travel agency shops all the different airlines, American, Delta, Southwest, JetBlue. You want the best seat, best price, and best service at no extra cost. Bessire and Associates, we help you shop all the job boards and all the different kinds of media solutions that are out there for your best placement of your jobs, for the best price and the best results. And the payment is not by you, but by the vendors. Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor. So like the chart says, you can buy an airplane ticket, you can choose the airline, you can choose whatever job board you want us to help you work with. Then you say, okay, I want the best seat and the best schedule. You want the best ROI and putting your job in the right place. Give you an example. Had a client call me from a law firm, says, Jason, I want to put a job on lawjobs.com. The price is $1,600 to put it on there. I said, we can get that done for $800 on Indeed and give you about 5x results. No, I really want it on lawjobs.com. I said, okay. He says, let's do both and compare them. He got 2 resumes on lawjobs.one and they were paralegals. He got about 18 resumes of lawyers on Indeed.com. So there you go. And that's an example. Next one, airlines pay agents like travel agencies commissions. Job boards pay us commissions. The problem when you work directly with a job board is they're incentivized to continue to sell you, spend more money. We really have a fiduciary responsibility to help you monitor what your budget is and then stay within the budget. You don't plunk down a credit card and then just have an unlimited spend on Indeed.com. That's what they ask you to do if you do one-off individual spends. They tell you put a credit card down, then you kind of got to how to figure out the levers and buttons on the backside, and then you could actually have a runaway credit card, which I'm going to show you at the end of this conversation, of a client that we helped to save $250,000 over a 3-year period. Yes, they did. It had a runaway credit card. Accounting kept paying the bill. We were able to help them reclaim that in a significant way. So finally, if things break, job boards are software. Now, hopefully airlines don't break, but when things break on the software sides, we can help you get things fixed, and we can help make that happen, not within days or weeks, but within hours or minutes, because we can pick up the phone directly and catch these companies on the old bat phone, so to speak. But that's what agency level service is all about. So not to belabor the point, we'll skip through this side real quickly. You can either do it yourself. It's going to take all your time, or you can leverage an advertising agency that earns a commission from your overall spend, and that helps you with giving you agency level support, agency level strategy sessions with a subject matter expert, expert guidance on recruitment platforms. Again, we're vendor neutral. We don't care what we use. Whatever we use, we just want it to work. If it works, we want to do more of that. If it doesn't, we fire them. We don't want to do that anymore. We want to help you know what an accurate spend is without overspending or underspending. And then we want to set a budget and keep it. We want to understand the algorithms and how the products work. By the way, if you've worked with Glassdoor recently, you'll know that as of August 1st, they shut their doors. That's right. They rolled all their products and services for Glassdoor into Indeed.com. We'll talk about some other nuances of things that have recently changed. And we stay up to date with all the job boards on planet Earth and how those products work. And you want to get higher quantity and quality candidates, and you want a resolution and account management when things break. That's what we do as an advertising agency at no added cost. So what are the services in your business where you think, wow, where can I be leveraging this? First and foremost, the first place that we start with clients is we typically most of our clients are spending about $3,000 a month, or annually $36,000 a year as a minimum spend. We have over 500 clients worldwide in the last 5 years. We have over 1,000 clients in the last 10 years that lean on us for strategic moves for how to spend their recruitment assets. It's your money. You want the best ROI possible. That's why they allow a Sherpa, a helper, like an ad agency, to come alongside to help them. The next thing, I don't know about your company, but how's your company doing on your recruitment advertising spend? Are you inspecting what you expect? Are you getting some analytics? How about your company's brand? How does your company project that you're an employer brand for that particular job title that candidates want to work for? Are you projecting an employer brand that talent, when they read your job title, outside sales rep in Roanoke, Virginia, for First Piedmont Corporation, did they see, hear, and feel that's a company I've heard about? I would like to work for that company. Maybe you're a credit union and you're looking for tellers, or I don't know what position you have. Truck driver positions. You need to project that. And the next, maybe you're buying annual recruitment products like LinkedIn Recruiter Seat. Would you like to know how to get free product from LinkedIn? Would you like to be able to take advantage of specials? Would you like to know where the discounts are when you buy at an annual rate? How would you like to get a discount second and third year? You want somebody who's already done this 100 times over. That's where we can speak into a situation and help you. And yes, you can save money. And yes, you can get better deals with vendors. We don't make the pricing. I want to make that very clear. Don't shoot the messenger, but we know the deals that LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, and all these companies have, and we can share that information with you so that you get better results and to maximize the deals that can be had at every single vendor. Next, consulting. We do a considerable amount of consulting just when we onboard a new client, particularly with private equity and venture capital companies. They want to know how can I be instant on with recruitment advertising? We could speak to that. We have a Recruitment 360 report that we do. It's a 5 to 10 page report that kind of gives you a landscape of who your competitors are. Next, we do help a few clients with recruiting. So if you need an extra help with setting hands and you don't have an internal recruitment department, we can help you. That's a very small part of our work, but it is a little bit of part of our work. Maybe you've purchased the resume subscription on LinkedIn or Indeed and you've bought that resume subscription. There's a way to be able to buy that smarter, not harder. There's a way to be able to save 20%. Yeah. On Indeed for their resume database. Ask us. These are just some things that you need to be thinking about regarding your technology stack and what you're using. Now, we're not just a one-trick job board pony. We do work with other vendors. For example, I'll just circle a few vendors here. Here's Harvest Filmworks for helping clients with video content to project their company of choice on their social media and on their webpage of their company. Maybe you're a company that utilizes learning, like LinkedIn Learning, like a LinkedIn Learning Academy or Udemy. We do sell these other products and services to help companies build out their, learning departments of their corporations. This is a leverage logo of Advantage AI. This is high-end volume. Trying, when you feel like you're spending too much money on Indeed and you want to get every other medium of recruitment, you want to hit them all at once and make them compete for your recruitment advertising dollar, that's called programmatics. So after you max out Indeed, you're going to come to me and say, Jason, what else can I do? This is a logo that you want to ask us about, Advantage AI. It's one of our AI products that is growing. Speaking of AI, I'm going to be in 4 weeks in Sunnyvale, California, one of 14 vendors around a table with the president of LinkedIn.com and 14 other people just like me. It's called Partners Unite. And that's where we hear about stuff coming up in the next 6-12 months and where the industry is heading. And I can tell you that if you're not on the AI bandwagon, you are already off the ledger. I mean, don't be scared of this. It's happening. We're seeing it, and we can talk a lot more about it. The way I talk to you about recruiting right now is going to be radically different in 6 to 12 months from now, just to let you know. Handshake is really good for college recruiting. I think Monster's way barring down out the window. Here's a career arc. This solution right here, this little logo is the same thing that Starbucks uses. This is a phenomenal enterprise tool to help you with social media recruitment. But again, vendor neutral. There's a lot of available options of how to recruit. Let's dive into some ideas. Number one way to find talent. What is it in your company? I'm waiting. What's your answer?
Job posting.
Job postings. Okay. Well, I'm going to suggest to you, while job postings are good, referrals are your number one way to find talent. You better have a good referral program in your company. And I can talk ad nauseum about this, but we're going to move on to the next topic. Yes, I'm a big fan. Second to referrals, job boards are going to the easiest, fastest way to connect to talent. But there's a right way and a wrong way to use them. And that's what we're subject matter experts with. 91% of job seekers say that they search for jobs at least a few times a year. And then 67% of job seekers say they search at least a few times a month. So that HVAC company that I work with nationwide, when they post a job for HVAC technicians and he or she's in their truck and they're looking at jobs and they move to a company, they never turn that job alert off. They keep getting that job alert for that HVAC job from potentially their competitor. Same thing's true for a CDL truck driver, an outside sales representative, a teller at a credit union, you pick it. The job search is always on. So you need to think about your talent, most importantly, your recruitment strategy in 2 different ways. Think about how you recruit as a company. Are you looking at candidates who apply first to you? Or do you have an outbound approach or a nice blend of both? Think about that for a second. Look at the side columns. Do you wait for candidates to apply to your job postings? Do you have candidates come through your company website? Are you waiting for referrals of Jimmy or Susie out there? They said, hey, our company's hiring. Maybe you should apply, or they're applying through your Facebook post or your Twitter or your LinkedIn posting. Or do you have more of an outbound, or do you have a blend of both? Maybe you're using the database by mining the resumes in a database of a job title that's exactly what you're looking for. Maybe you go to hiring events or you go to college career events. You really need to think about what is it within your organization of which one of these 2 strategies. Maybe you use a blend of both. But after you consider that, you want to think, how do I sequence my investments, money, to maximize the quality and to minimize cost? Everyone needs to maximize the free inbound approach. You need to be using an applicant tracking system to post free jobs out into the world, not just on Indeed, but every other platform that exists. Google for Jobs, there's so many other places, to ZipRecruiter, Jobcase, and the list goes on and on and on. And then if that's not getting you enough candidates, which I would argue probably 8 to 9 times out of 10, it's very rare that you're going to get the quantity and quality of talent with just a free approach to recruiting. And I will show you live in just a few minutes what that looks like for a company who depends on free versus spends a little bit of money. And I'll show you the delta between the 2. And then there's an inbound where you pay money for job boards to elevate your jobs. That's what money does for you. And then there's an outbound approach. You've got some pretty hard, difficult positions to fill. You may need a search firm, a staffing firm, to be able to do the heavy work and the lifting to be able to reach out and target candidates. That's a very, very valid approach. Now, organic versus sponsored spend. Let's talk about that. Every job on planet Earth that gets put out on the web, about 99% of those jobs get ingested into Indeed.com. It was cutting edge back in 2009 when they invented their product. We were one of the original Indeed partners, one of the original channel partners for LinkedIn.com. And we watched them in 2008, 2009, and bam, in 2009, that's been some time ago, that's when they monetized their product. And then they cut out the staffing firms in 2011 and made all the headhunters and search firms and staffing firms pay to play in the sandbox, but they still ingest all free jobs from corporate American companies at large through Workforce, Paychex, Paycom, ADP, iCIMS, Clearco. There's over 100 applicant tracking systems, and there's many, many more that are on the horizon. This is where you get free jobs posted on your job boards for free. But you do have to pay to play in their sandbox. And in 2010, 2011, that's when Indeed started to monetize their products and their value prop. So take a look at what free gets you, what non-free gets you. For this construction foreman job at the bottom, a company who spent money on their jobs, they got 22 resumes. If they spent no money, they only got 2 to elevate. If a company needed a CDL truck driver, if you spend no money on this particular Seven Springs, North Carolina need, they would have only gotten 2 resumes. But because they spent money, they got 31 resumes. Here, one for a tower technician. This company operates up and down the eastern seaboard. If they would have spent no money, they would have only gotten 10 resumes. But because they spent money, they got 7 resumes. Do you see the delta? Overall, it's about a 5 to 10 times lift. So organic versus sponsored. So my first question out of the gate to you, Sherry, when you and I talk, is going to be, how much money are we spending on Indeed.com to elevate our jobs? And then what's our apply path? We'll talk about that in a second. All right, next. Indeed.com operates on a pay for performance model. You just have to pay to play in their sandbox. What does money do for us on Indeed.com or on LinkedIn.com or on ZipRecruiter.com? What does money do? Does it get you candidates? No. It only elevates your job. Money elevates your job. It creates visibility in your job. It moves your job closer to the top of the list. So your psychology needs to think, okay, if your job stinks and you pay all the money in the world to get your job to the top, but the hourly rate should be getting 20 an hour and you offer 15, so what? I mean, there's much more that goes into making your recruitment advertising solution works beyond money. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Right here, let's go into sponsored jobs. What does a sponsored job lift get you? Spend nothing, get nothing. Spend a little, get a little. Spend a lot. You can get a lot, but you can't also overspend. Typically, it's a 4. We see up to 5 to 10 times lift if you spend money. It increases your visibility of your job. You gain access to job seekers that you're not going to be able to find on your own. And you get some built-in targeting that the algorithm does. This is a benchmark to help you as a starting point to think about recruitment advertising spend. It's not in stone. And we monitor this monthly, so we dial this in very, very strategically. If the hiring insights report that I'm about to show you shows that the labor pressure for the job title we keep using Roanoke, Virginia for Sherry because we got to look at her job in just a few minutes. We want to say, is it low competition, moderate competition, or high? If it's low and she only needs 1 person, then we can spend as little as $500. That'll get her job page 1, 2 in results. If she needs like 4 outside sales reps, we might want to spend a little bit more. So that's how that works. Moderate competition, I need 1 person to spend $750. If it's high competition, I need 4 outside sales reps, I might spend $1,000 and vice versa. All right, next slide. This is a hiring insights report. Every one of you in this room should be using your hiring insights reports to be able to figure out tactically and strategically, how can I beat out my competition for the position that I'm looking for? We can punch in a job title for any position you have, and within 25 miles of your geography, we know what the labor pressure is and the competition score. We can tell you how many jobs with that particular job title. There are other jobs that are also posted. So here it is, a nursing position located in Charlotte, North Carolina. The competition score is 73 out of 100. You're competing against 1,124 other nurse jobs. You've got access to 13,836 job seekers. That's 12 job seekers per job. That's pretty tight. You know that 65% of these nurses are scrolling on their phone as a mobile device. So your apply process better be one-click apply and mobile friendly. Is your apply press one-click apply in your company? And is it mobile friendly, or have you even looked at it? Next, what is your average compensation? Well, average in Charlotte for nurses is going to be about $39 an hour. So you can just take a look at your job and know. How many other employers? Here's 177 employers in Charlotte looking for nurses. We could do this anywhere in the world within 25 miles and give you these hiring insights so that you can look at the competition. And yes, I said the competition. Here it is for nurses. Here's the top employers by clicks: Novant Health, Atrium, Vision Healthcare, Baeta, which is a home healthcare service. We know who the competition is. And I can tell you, if you're ABC Nurse Company, you want to go look at your competition to make sure all of this stuff vets out relative to your opportunity. All right, we got to keep going. I could spend 2 hours on this slide, but we're going to spend less than 2 minutes. You need to be thinking about job posting optimization. 5 keys to level up your advertising game. First thing we're going to talk to Sherry about, her job title. It's pretty simple. Outside sales rep. That's the right title for First Piedmont Corporation. We love that. So next, after we get that for maximum reach, but I can tell you a company like a burger company it's not a Bluebird company. It's a big nationwide hamburger company that has the word red in it, and consulting with them nationwide, they had 18 titles for a burger flipper. You don't call them burger flipper, burger ninja. I literally saw 18 titles that they were using. I said, stop the madness. You're looking for a cook. Stop trying to jazz it up. You're making the algorithm not work properly. I see so many companies trying to differentiate just the best job title to either reach the right people. Then we get the right recruitment messaging has got to be in play with the right compensation. And then we look at your apply path. Right now, Sherry, you have an apply on your website. We'll look at that in a second. We need an easy apply path. We'll talk more about that in a second. And then job sponsorship. If you spend money, you better be keeping score. We're not here to waste money. We have a fiduciary responsibility to every client to not spend too much, not spend too little, spend just right, and then inspect what we expect with analytics and performance metrics. I can tell you that Kevin and Mark in the back of your room, who we worked with for quite a while with one of their customers and their clients, we consulted with them and we were able to provide them analytics and strategies of how to even make their job budget appear as more without having to spend more, because of how we knew how the algorithm worked. That's a very strategic move for the job, for the agencies and search firms in the room, staffing companies that need a more strategic approach to spend. This can work for you quite well. It can work for anybody. So here's some quick examples, and then we'll get to Q&A. I'm very happy of the proud work that we've done for the last 5 years with Crumley Roberts, Mark Curtis, and Chuck over there. They've allowed us to help them with their branding. We've helped them with more tools. We've helped them attract better quantity candidates. And just they're getting a plethora of talent that they need. Here's a fast food organization with about 100 locations throughout the Southeast. They have this Taco Mac. We manage their recruitment advertising spend for the last 5+ years. Before we came on board, they had no metrics, no idea, not certain of where their money was. Now we provide them monthly analytics. We know exactly where every penny goes, and they're getting all the results that they need. And they weren't the ones confused on burger flippers or cooks. But nonetheless, this is an organization that really we're really proud of having worked with. Here's one in Charlotte, Thompson Family Services. Will Jones, we've managed their stuff for over 6 years. They're a nonprofit. Man, they need every penny they can. So how do we be careful and be really responsible with $1 to help make sure that they get the right quantity and quality of candidates? What we do is we inspect what we expect. That's right. Every penny that we spend, we show them exactly where every penny went. We actually help them manage their recruitment budget by letting them be empowered by where the money goes. So when they get their requisitions, right here you see, here's an example requisition case managers, family support positions, licensed therapy, full-time summer camp teachers, state foster care, youth care specialists. They put the hashtag code in the jobs Monday through 1st through the 30th. When the jobs fill up with enough applies, then they take the hashtag code out and the money just gets spent somewhere else. So it's a blend of both leaning on us as a staffing recruitment advertising agency to put a strategy in place, and then empowering our clients to be able to strategize on how to move the money. And then every month teaching them. These guys are whiz bangs at this stuff. I just love that their TA team is phenomenal. We've taught them well. Another example is a company here in the Carolinas. They're Evergreen Foam. They needed an accounting office manager. They also needed a sales manager. They're 2 for 2 with a recruitment process outsourcing project that we've done with them. Lots and lots of fun serving those guys. They do it with an RPO solution. A traditional headhunter might charge them, with base salary plus commission, full benefits on a 100K opportunity. They may charge 20, 30%. That could be anywhere from a 30 to 40K placement fee. We're able to use an RPO solution at half the amount of money, charging only 15K. Company, they own all the candidates. We just own the process to help them find them. A headhunter, on the other hand, they might just give them 4 or 5 candidates and they still retain ownership of all the candidates. With an RPO solution, they get unlimited candidates. They get about 5 or 10 times more candidates in the recruitment process. And then at the end of the day, they've got a lot of choice just to hire the right candidates. And typically the RPO solution compared to a headhunter comes in at about half the cost. So with all that said, if you like what you hear, get your phone out, maybe take a picture of the screen I'm about to share with you. Love to schedule a discovery call with anyone in the room, just to have a 15-minute discovery call of what's your biggest pain. Ask me about a hiring insights report that you might want. Let's create a custom plan and a strategy that's unique and specific to you. No 2 plans are the same. And then we basically simply launch and optimize. We really do that quite well and quite fast. This, if you take a picture of this with your phone, we can send this out, but this will connect you to us on our website. And this is a picture of our website. We'll go there in a second. I would love to connect with you on LinkedIn. I'm very prolific in educating customers and the audience. I have over 10,000 people that I connect with on LinkedIn, over a mailing list, over 18,000 people worldwide. And I do take education seriously. So when I speak at conferences, it's really designed to be educate, educate, educate. So on LinkedIn, I'm posting weekly educational content. I have a YouTube channel, weekly educating content there. And then if you take a picture of this slide, this will actually get you to actually our website. So that concludes the education content. Here is actually our website. And then I'll just show you real quickly. We want to help you get more candidates, better results, utilize our subject matter expertise. We work with a variety of layers. The 2nd largest television station company in America that we work with nationwide. We're agency partners of all these venues. I shared with you that we're a LinkedIn channel partner along with ZipRecruiter, Indeed, Glassdoor. If you click on this logo on our website, it takes you to LinkedIn's website. Meet our channel partners. This is where I'll be in 4 weeks. If you click on North America, you'll see our logo here on LinkedIn's website. So it's nice when LinkedIn endorses their 14 channel partners and says, hey, if you want to buy our product, call Bessire and Associates. They'll help you buy it. Remember, it doesn't cost you any extra to buy all your LinkedIn products, Glassdoor products, and Indeed products through us. Rather than go direct, use an agency to help you buy smarter and more strategic. We want to help you be with your advertising. We potentially can help you as a recruitment partner if you need that. We do focus on your brand. Keep in mind, we do this for you at no additional cost. And we've done this for a very, very long time. Here's our office in Charlotte, North Carolina, on the 3rd floor in the Ballantyne. I don't know if you've been to Charlotte. And then we double down on exactly how we charge. No additional charge for our clients. The job boards pay us a 5 or 10% commission. You don't pay us, the job boards do. So with that said, I'll pause for questions before we get into Sherry's submission. Anything right out of the gate, right on this presentation so far?
They're good.
Oh,
Jennifer. She's like, I'm gonna get you.
all right. Well, let's jump on Sherry real quick. Can we do that, Sherry? Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
All right. So Sherry sent an email. And Sherry, I say this with love, utmost care and concern, permission to speak freely.
Yes.
Are you asking me?
Yes. And I want everybody in the room to champion. We are here for Sherry. We want to serve her, love on her, and help her do as great as possible. We want to suck the marrow out of everything we can do to make recruiting work better for First Piedmont Corporation. And here's what we have. I'll show you exactly where we're at. This is a good case study. Thank you for being willing to share this. Let me share my screen again. Let me show you what Sherry sent to us, and I'll share you with you. Here we go. So Sherry sent to us as just this morning, I just got this. Sherry says, I've got an outside sales rep position in Roanoke, Virginia, Jason. How can we make this job? And so I clicked on this link and I came to, let's see right here. I came to this job. You can still see my screen, right?
Yes.
What I love about FPC is I love the fact that you have a career page. You are already 50% of the way there. Hip, hip, hooray. I love the fact that you have this piece of video content. I watched your video. Great job of having a YouTube channel with some video content. I didn't go look at the other videos. Do you have a video of an outside sales rep testifying of how much they love their job on him or her working in their outside sales position?
I think they are one of the ones on the YouTube channel. I think we've changed it twice.
Okay, well, this does an overall video of company, but I would love about 4 to 8 videos. A video that talks about mission, vision, another video that talks about values, culture from your president and your owner of your company, and then just other testimonies of people in various positions. One in the warehouse, one is a service technician, 1 or 2 is an outside salespeople, 1 in accounting and finance, just saying exactly what this video does. Now, you are very adamant about people applying. If I apply now to this job, I've got to go to this website that you have here, and then I've got to apply to this position for this outside sales role, and I click apply, and now I've got to, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I need a what? I'm not even going to apply. I'm just an outside sales rep. I don't have time for this. I need a one-click apply. You're about 50, you're losing 50 to 70% of the potential applies from your hiring site. When you spend money on your job board, you are losing. Here's your job right now. You're getting free organic exposure. Do you have a spend on Indeed.com?
Okay. They are connected to our HRS system. So it's not an add-on. We don't pay for it. That connects to like 5 different job
and
boards.
we all call that in the room organic.
Okay.
And you are getting only 1 to 7% of all the potential outside sales reps in Roanoke, Virginia that you could have. I repeat, you are getting only 1 to 7% of all the potential outside sales reps that you could have. And you have friction in your apply process. So even on this is cool. I call, if I click on your job and I see your outside sales rep job in Roanoke, Virginia on Indeed.com, and I look at your apply path, you have something that's called a road bump, friction in the apply path, and it's called apply on company site. There's probably a button you can click on your ATS to make this turn into apply now. This is called the kiss of death in recruitment advertising. Many corporations, big corporate America, do not turn this feature off because it limits the amount of information that are going to come through your system. If that's very, very important to you. But because if you turn on the easy apply, you'll get all the information on Indeed and more. This is, in my opinion, a no-brainer. The juice is worth the squeeze. Turn off the apply on company site feature and turn on apply now. Let's just go do that real quick. Outside sales rep, right click, copy. Let's go to Roanoke, Virginia, Indeed.com. Let's go to outside sales rep and let's poach in Roanoke, Virginia, enter, and then let's hit search and bam. Watch real carefully. See the logos up here? Look at the recruitment branding going on. Look at this. This is expensive. They have paid the money. Logo, they just rolled out this week. Indeed rolled out a feature to pay for logos to appear on your jobs page. It's a brand new feature rolled out this week. I just heard about it. I'm getting pricing on it tomorrow. This job doesn't have outside sales. Where's our First Piedmont Corporation outside sales job? It's not here yet. Remember, we're not spending anything. You need to think of this job board kind of like a hamburger. We got 10 pages of outside sales jobs. Do we see our job yet? I don't see it yet. 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 So what happens is if there's 10 jobs on a page, they sandwich where the meat of the hamburger is 2 or 3 jobs that are free organic, and they put paid jobs on the top where the bun is and the bottom bun. So if there's 10, they're right in the middle of this page is where they put the free jobs. And then they rotate those in and out. And how many pages of job? There's 5 pages of jobs. So let me take you behind the scenes for an outside sales rep in Roanoke, Virginia, and let me show you where you can change the game. 2 things need to happen. You've got moderate competition. Who remembers in the room for moderate competition how much Sherry needs to spend to get page 1 results?
$500.
$750 is the right answer. She's competing against 58 other jobs. She's got access to 2,362 job seekers that have clicked on outside sales reps in the last 60 days. Sherry, this is valuable information. Now you know that 60% of these candidates that are outside sales are applying on a mobile device. Are you telling me, Sherry, now that you know this, you're not mobile friendly, you're making them fill out something on your website, you're losing 50%, I'm going to suggest you're losing 80% of the potential candidates you could potentially reach.
Now, we're supposed to be mobile friendly. That's how the majority of folks apply.
That's right, but your apply path is not mobile friendly.
Oh, okay.
You're making them fill all this information out on the on this. This is your friction in the apply path. You're asking them to fill out a form, create a profile, log in, create a new account. No. This can be converted into not apply on company website, but to apply now. Look, if I want to apply to this job, apply now. And your page hasn't even come up on page 1, right? I go to page 2. I'm trying to find your job. There it is, a company website. Here you are, commercial steel erection, apply on company website, kiss of death. Look at this job. Apply on company website, kiss of death. Apply on company website, kiss of death. Wow. We got a lot of prospects, folks. Apply now. This is best practices. Apply now. 1-click apply. Candidates don't have time to fill out your profile. Afterwards, if you want them to fill out a bunch of stuff, fine. But you got to clean your fish after you catch them. That's what God does to me. He cleans his fish after he catches us. Man, anyway, it's such a great place to be. You want to be able to access the candidates, get them in your basket, and then you can go in and say, please fill out my application process. I really like you, Sherry. I think you'd be a really good fit for my position. I do need you to fill out the apply process, and that's going to require you to go here and be able to apply. But you don't even have the candidates to do that with. So if we would change in our ATS and be able to change this to an apply now, I think it'd be drastic. Plus, I'd spend some money. How much money? I already told you how much money to be able to be able to. It would be a night and day experience. So back to the email of things that I looked at for you, and I know we're almost at time. Woo! How time flies. So here's what I was thinking about when not this one. I did a bunch of work to try to really dial in your recruitment needs. Here's some things, some talking points that I thought about for you. I gave you a hiring insights report. We looked at the hiring insights report. We just looked at that. We're not in the top 10 companies on the hiring insights report. We looked at that hiring insights report right here here it is right here. The top 10 companies for outside sales reps that are spending money. Look at ProChem. They're dropping about $1,000 to $1,500, and they're taking one out of 5 candidates, 1 out of 5 jobs, their jobs appear on page 1 constantly. Protect One, that's that security alarm company. Snap-on. These double-digit numbers, they're spending $1,000 plus. These people might be getting away with something like $700, $500, $1,000 right here. And then these are just your run-of-the-mill folks just down here. I'd be really curious is that if there's a Ameristaff in here, you've got to play in this sandbox. So what portion of your budget, what parts, we could talk about this all day long, but our company, First Piedmont, is not here on the list. And it should be. All right, let's go back. How much is your pay? Are we paying good money for our outside sales reps? Because the data says that we need to be offering a minimum of $86,000. That's average up to $200,000. How much do we pay?
So it's long and convoluted for the sales rep because it's bonus and commission.
I love the way you've laid it out here. You did a really good job. I think you did You've got monthly roll offering base salary plus commission, but you have a reason you didn't put the money in here. That's your reason. I respect that.
Well,
But
but we don't usually for this job because it's dependent of the person.
if you build it, they will come. If you
Okay.
build it, that's a Field of Dreams line. If you build it, they will come. My best practice is real cut to the chase, put money in your ads with it all, when and all possible. And for salespeople, you can say our average sales reps earn between, $80 to $100,000. Our top 25% of our sales reps earn between $100 to $150,000. There's no cap on your income. If you want to make $200K, come on in here and earn it. I mean, just paint the picture for what the position is. Now, that doesn't work if you're looking for an entry-level sales rep potentially, but if you build it, they will come. So if you paint a $200K income opportunity, Roanoke salespeople who are interested in a $200K opportunity because they read it, and that's what they're going to apply, and that's what they're going to see, and that's what you're going to offer them, and you're going to be able to apply for that and finding that kind of talent. In other words, just paint the picture. Plus, I want some video content here, potentially to flesh out what this job opportunity is. Overall, I would say our job posting here is a good 5 or 6 out of 10, 10 being the best. The only other tweaks and changes I would make different are a nice job of just having a simple job title. This is the kiss of death up here. This apply path has just got way too much friction in it. We don't have money in our ad, but you did put what's in it for me with them at the top of the ad. Most companies say company position requirements, rewards at the bottom. No, flip the paradigm. Company for 2 or 3 lines. What's in it for me? Compensation at the top of the ad copy. When we rewrite, build ad copy, how many times does OSR, outside sales rep, need to appear in the ad? 4 years ago, it used to be 3. Now we look for ways to weave it in 4 to up to 5 times. If all things were equal, which they're not for you right now, if you had the word outside sales rep and somebody was competing against you, competing, Pro, Kim, Protect, Snap-on, same amount of money spent, you were spending $1,000, same amount of word content, whoever had the word outside sales rep 5 times in their ad would win. I know that sounds very granular, but that's how granular we get in terms of consulting with our clients around ad copy. Final things for you. We discussed, are you posting the job on LinkedIn?
So we used I can't remember, it was a few months ago. We did pay for something, but I can't remember what it's called. Recruiter Lite or something. I'm so sorry. I'm not the recruiter for the company, so I can't remember, but that's bad.
Here, I'll cut to the chase on that. LinkedIn, at the end of the day, for your outside sales rep, your final candidates, 3 are going to come from Indeed, and the 3 top candidates are going to come from LinkedIn. For these positions, mid-level and higher level, there's a good, strong possibility you should be using LinkedIn. Just post it, call us. We'll post it for you on LinkedIn. You'll get all the resumes via email. Love to make that happen for you, or at least strategize about that. Next, your pay. You didn't put it in the ad. I would put it in the ad. We can discuss your apply path has road bumps in it. I've already looked at that. We can discuss the promotion of your brand for outside sales to project that we're a company to work for. I've got some strategy on that down below. We can discuss your brand score right now. Your brand score is not good. It's 2.5 right now. We can see that over on your company website on Indeed.com. If we look at our company, it's 2.5. This number needs to be a 3.6 or higher. And honestly, 3.6 is average. I want to help you get to a 4.0. That's easily fixable. I can help coach you through that. Then under why join us, we need to paint a picture. Be the company. Tell the company mission, vision, values, culture, a day in the life of an outside sales rep, put 2 or 3 testimonials. What does a company who does that look like? I'll show you an example real quickly. Thompson Family Services, in the little bit of time we have left, why join us? Big banner at the top. Your video needs to go right here in the middle. This is called EBH, the Employer Branding Hub, under why join us. They monetized this button in September of last year, globally, worldwide. Every company who had something here went from hero to zero. Hero to zero, company-wide, worldwide. Now they monetize. They make you pay to play in the sandbox. So what used to look like this employer branding, here it is right here. Branding outside. Oh, here it is. This is it. This is what you look like right now. Okay. We used to sell this better solution. They no longer have it. Now it's either you have it or you don't. So this is Grow With Us. This is what a picture of, these are 3 separate companies. Okay, Better, Best. They don't sell better anymore. This is something that we used to do. But now it's either okay, you do or don't have. If you don't have Employer Branding Hub, your website looks like the way yours looks like at First Piedmont. If you do have Employer Branding Hub, it looks like this. And that's where, like on this page under Why Join Us, they got video content of company, mission, vision, values, culture, a day in the life of. These ladies are talking about how what joy it is to work here. This lady's talking about, her position in accounting and finance. They're talking about the culture, blah, blah, blah. All right, we're at time. Woo, what a conversation we had. Man, I've had a blast being with you. I'm passionate about this topic. I geek out about it. I would love to talk to each of you individually in the room, no matter what you're doing. Go to our website, schedule a meeting in the upper right-hand corner at bessire.com and give us an opportunity to just have a conversation for 15 minutes. Email us your top 2 or 3 recruitment challenges. Ask us about your friction in your apply process, technology, tech stack. Just love talking about the topic. If you have questions regarding elevating your game on recruiting, we would just love to visit with you. Thank you to Tim, to Mark, and to Kevin for having me today. I hope you've learned something. Have you? Raise your hand if you have. Have you learned something today? I hope you've been enlightened. I promise you, you know more in the room now than most people, even in your own company. You can talk about organic. Organic is not, if it's worth posting, it's worth spending money on, honestly. And I didn't even have time to show you the behind the scenes, the delta between what you get for nothing and what you get for something. But don't spend too much. All right. Do you want to let me go or do you have some more questions? Tim, you're in charge. Tell me what you want to do.
Anybody have any questions? I'm gonna turn it up to Leslie and, they all.
Thank you, guys. God bless you guys. I really enjoyed my time with y'all. I hope you were as juiced and energized. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Love to give you free content. Love to connect with you on YouTube. Free content. We're always about educating you. And again, if you or someone you know just wants to level up, just give us a call. 15 minutes. We'll make time. Tim, God bless you guys. Thanks again for your time. We'll talk soon. Bye now.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Okay, guys, so a few things. Number one, I'll be passing this beautiful container around to collect your business cards so we can do a drawing. Make sure you drop your card in here.